All right, good evening. I'd like to call to order the Memorial Day Parade Committee on May 21st at 6:30. So starting out, I'd like to go through the budget. We ordered the food this week. So our total food order is $1,709.80. Now, for the parade itself, right now, the only addition that we had was the payment of the Taunton City Band. So we took care of that last meeting. That was gonna leave us a total of $3,137.72 for upcoming payments of police details and some other smaller necessities for the parade itself. Any questions at all with the budget? No? Okay. So moving on to parade participants. So we do have the Boy Scouts in attendance. PD are going to attend, and they're going to have an honor guard. Police, fire have been invited, selectmen. Again, we'll have the Taunton City Band. Our veterans that are marching, our veterans that are in a trolley. We have at least 5 older military vehicles that will be in the procession. And then the National Guard is committed to 2 vehicles as well. Scouts, our Star Spangled Singers are going to march as well. And then we've also got an invite out to the Kingston Youth Sports Association for some of the sports groups to march. So anybody think of anyone that we may have missed or any other groups? No?
Sounds good.
Okay. So with that, it's probably a good spot right now. If you take a look, I have the Memorial Day Parade, kind of like the marching orders. So I said the PD is going to have an honor guard this year, so we'll have them out in front of the police and fire departments. But because they don't, between the fire department and police department, don't always get an honor guard, the scouts have always been loyal, so we'll still have the 2 scouts out front with their flags to lead the entire procession, followed by the police honor guard, police, fire, selectmen. And then we're gonna, I was debating on where the band might be, but I think we're gonna put the band, unless we have any better ideas, behind the selectmen, because they kind of get congested by a lot of the vehicle smoke and stuff. So not to take away from the veterans, but we do have many more vehicles than we've had in the past. So it'll put them way back. And we also need to have the member with the trumpet stop to do taps. So unless anyone has a problem, we'll put the band next, followed by our veterans marching, our veterans in a trolley, and then our older military vehicles, and then the 2 National Guard vehicles. Okay. And then the rest of our groups will bring up the end of the parade there, the Scouts, the Star Spangled Singers, and then the sports groups. Anybody have any ideas or changes for that?
Oh, looks great.
Mhm.
Do we have any word whether we have a motorcycle from the police?
I don't have information. I'm hoping to find that out tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be able to talk to
Okay.
them.
And are you prepared? Last year, I know a couple of people just showed up.
Yes, so if we do have like vehicles show up, they can go behind the National Guard.
Okay.
So things like that, and any other groups that show up can go in the back with the other groups.
And,
Unless they're veterans affiliated.
Who's meeting at the school? Are we doing like, are we putting anybody together at the school, like?
I'll be there early,
Everybody at the.
but
at the-
so if we can have the scouts, the singers, and the sports groups down at the school.
at the school,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll have the police, veterans, fire department, and we should have plenty of room in the back of that parking lot for the 2 National Guard vehicles as well. So we'll put all the veterans and everything in the church parking lot. Yep. All right, so parade transportation, how are we on numbers for veterans that need a ride?
we're at 22 right now.
And Charlie's
I think it's
27?
around- Charlie's 27.
Okay.
So that's pretty good, although there's always some that could show up.
Yeah, just show up,
So I'm comfortable leaving, you know.
those
some.
spots
We have, Howard Carter it's gonna be riding in the Air
in
Force
the Jeep.
Jeep.
Yep.
And we have another veteran who's willing to ride in a Jeep as well.
Okay.
So,
And there are several more spots in those
Right.
vehicles as well. If we
right, so I
do.
think we-
Okay. Um, Dan, did you get a chance to speak with Lieutenant Bateman?
I have.
Okay.
Couple times. He seems to roll with it like it's nothing. He's
It's-
very easy.
They've been there before, they know the deal. Yep.
He's, I told him we wanna keep Evergreen closed for the duration.
Yep.
And he knows the regular track, and I said, I'll get him a picture. I'll send him the lineup. so
Okay.
He knows just, what's coming down the streets, and he said it's all second nature to him.
Okay.
It's been, same verse, second verse, same verse, same as the film.
Yep.
Yeah, I butchered that.
So the only two things that we may have an issue with is, when we pull onto landing, we'll need to get the band way up because we're gonna have extra vehicles, so we need to get those vehicles off the road. And then also as we turn from Main onto Green Street, we'll need to make sure we get everything, pushed down Green, but still allowing the veterans to stay at the memorials. So I know I'm out there moving people around and some of the police, so we'll just try to make sure that that happens.
So where would you split this lineup for landing?
So for landing, we'll have all the honor guards and the PD go to the left of the monument. We'll have the band come up to the right, go across and go past. Yeah, it'll go past on Linden. Then we can bring the veterans up to the side,
Right or left,
to the right,
to the right.
to the right. And then hopefully that will get most of our vehicles up. We may have to bring the trolley up to right at landing at Linden. It'll be a little bit past the monument,
Okay.
but I think we
They
can
can
make
still,
that. They can still see it. Maybe the marching ones will have to be behind.
oh, okay.
But
Behind the monument.
yeah, do you think that's
I think that's fine.
okay? And then I think that will give us enough room to get everything up off the street. Yeah.
What time are they going to close everything?
They won't close it till we get down there. So as we turn the corner, they'll shut it down, then they'll leave it shut down until we're all done. Yeah. All right,
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
About the Green Street, because that's always chaotic.
Yes.
right? So who's pushing from behind? Who's making sure everybody's off Main Street? Is that a police detail that's doing that, or?
yeah, I can talk with them tomorrow and see if they know who's doing the details,
Okay.
and have them start moving it. I know last year we were supposed to like move all the veterans to the left and have people keep going,
Right,
and it didn't
it
didn't work right. So I don't know if we can coordinate that better this year. And then we can get everyone off.
So I can coordinate the veterans going to the left over near the Civil War.
That would be great.
And you want the trolley to the left as well?
Yes, so that they
So
can
that
see that.
becomes the problem. Trolley, we want them to be able to witness the laying of the wreath, but then I don't know how the trolley can get down.
What if we have the marching veterans step onto the green
Okay,
and then give room for the trolley to move up some more?
okay, okay.
And then we can bring that, and
So
then
there could go.
worst case, I'll have the 2 National Guard vehicles drive down, but we'll leave the other vehicles with any veterans in it.
Okay.
There behind the trolley.
I just texted John, tell him to get a list of who's on details,
Oh, great, thank you.
so.
So that may not work out completely depending if they have out of town details, but
Right,
we can
but
try,
at
we can
least
see.
we'll have
Yeah.
a,
They'll have, as long as they're not busy, they'll have the on-duty, police officers too that will do a
Yeah.
little bit, so. Any word on, the memorial cleanups?
Wednesday, we're doing World War II for scouts.
Okay,
Landing Road, I just gotta put some mulch down. That was all set. And
Todd, how are the flags at Landing Road? Do you need new ones?
You know, something I haven't even peeked over there.
Why don't I give you new ones tonight?
Okay. All right. I've been more worried about the ground than looking up.
And you don't have any word on the fonts.
I-
That was used to be a voice vector, right?
I have a contact number. I can reach out to them right after this and just make sure they're gonna get it done.
Okay. Len Warner and I are mulching the Civil War tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Reading mulching it, so that's,
Is it still the Unitarian Church that does the World War One?
yes,
Okay.
and I trust them. Now.
They usually get it done completely in time, yes. Okay, and then is that's pretty much it along the route, right? Okay. All right, so, moving on to ceremony planning. So the other paper that I had here. As we come up, we'll start dispersing the groups, where they're gonna be. I would just inform before the meeting, I stopped out front and, tomorrow they're going to be, kind of squaring off the sod, putting down some, gravel and leveling off the area. So it should be fairly safe for walking and people going by through there. There are some divots from the crane, so we think they might be being repaired tomorrow, but we're not positive. If not, those are fire line tape right now. We may have to leave those so people don't trip, but hopefully that will be repaired. So as we come down, Evergreen, we'll start to line everyone up. The bagpiper will be playing if he attends. I'll get up there. I'll do the welcome. We do have a, minister from the Unitarian Church. She will do a prayer. Then we'll go into the national anthem and we're going to ask that's the Star Spangled Singers. We're going to ask them if a member or two of theirs can do the Pledge of Allegiance right afterwards. We'll go right into the proclamation and I guess that's going to be Dylan.
Yeah.
All right. So Dylan will do the proclamation. And then I will call up the three of you to do the reading of the veterans that lost in Kingston.
Can we just get a peek of that before,
These are my copies, so if you,
right, that's what I mean. I do not want to butcher
Yeah,
any
if
names.
you want those copies, I had those from the past year that were left with me, so feel free to take them. Yes, do you want to decide how to split it right now so that we know ahead of time? You want to do, what do you think?
We
Maybe
do
someone do the Civil War
This, then break like,
and break after the Korean
yeah.
War? Yeah.
They'll
So-
do the front page, I'll do what's on the back.
There you go. Dickie, would you like to do the end, Vietnam and Veterans of Foreign Wars? Okay. And then if you two want to decide who wants to do the first section and who wants to do the World War I, World War II in Korea?
Whatever you decide, you kick to me. It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to me either. I'll do
You
civil.
can decide that morning, it doesn't.
Yeah.
matter. I said,
Well, do the Civil
I'll
War.
do civil.
Okay,
All right.
you get all the hard names.
Yeah, I've done it before, so I know the hard names.
All right. So if you're looking at this sheet, I did have another patriotic song. The Star Spangled Singers are gonna do two songs. One of those is actually set to do with the dedication, so we took it off of our list. And they'll do it later on for the dedication of the memorial. The Board of Selectmen just reorganized tonight, so we need to re-ask them and hopefully we get a member of the Board of Selectmen to do a short speech. And that will really be our only outside person doing a speech for our ceremony. At this point, I will kind of do a conclusion of ours and we'll, like we do traditionally laying the wreath, we're gonna have somebody lay the wreath at the new memorial.
It's gonna be done.
It is gonna be done. Okay, very good. We're gonna have Den lay the wreath. I was just gonna bring that up as a suggestion, but very good. Den will be laying the wreath. So we'll do that and then I will bring up Bob and Bob will take over, do theirs. So, do you want to talk about your side?
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll do the, Bob will, do the general thank yous and kind of the brief story of the process of, how it came to be, offer thank yous, a few short thank yous, to people who, donated in-kind materials and labor for what's gonna happen out there and what has already happened out there. And then, several, 5, 6 general thank yous, to, groups, including the citizens of Kingston for the vote last spring at the town meeting for, the funding that really made this possible. Then Bob Ketter will recognize members of the committee who are gonna be sitting, as they work for the groundbreaking, the chart, like here and here, up on either side of the podium, but other veterans will also be sitting up there, so. They'll recognize them, ask them to stand. Then they can sit down. Because then Bob's gonna introduce the Star Spangled Singers to do their, musical selection in honor of the dedication of the memorial. Then he's going to turn it over back to ask the committee members, and Representative Lenatra to walk down to the front of the memorial for the ribbon cutting. Then he's gonna turn it back over to Bob, to John.
Do
At what
you,
point is Kathy's speech? Oh, yeah, Kathy's speech. She's in here.
okay,
Okay, it is in here. Okay, she's speaking. Let me see here. Bob, thanks her for her role in, securing funding, and then asks her to come forward to say a few words. So that's kind of in the middle of his section.
okay.
Then they cut the ribbon, hurrah, hurrah, and you conclude, because you're already at the podium.
Read that
You're gonna
dedication,
read the dedication
and then you
statement.
conclude, invite everyone else back.
Yes. So John will read the dedication statement for the memorial. The granite tablet is out there, you can see it. And then they cut the ribbon and close them. Ask people to, well, you guys can just stay for photos down there. You don't have to ask them. You can just adjourn everybody back in.
Okay,
That's it.
all right. Anybody have anything else with that? Any questions or anything?
Do not.
Okay.
Are we having a veterans only express line for the food?
Well, is that, we bringing that up next? I think
Oh,
that's,
sorry.
yes, the cookout's next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're leading right into it.
All right.
All right. All right, so, as far as the cookout is going and volunteers, we do have the grills. They said the food was ordered by Priscilla. The, water is going to be donated and brought by the Lions Club. We do have a few people to cook. That's probably the thing that we're least, right now, we may need 1 or 2 more people that are able to cook. During and before the ceremony and stuff like that. So if you know anyone that's interested in that, please ask them for their assistance. I think we're gonna be okay, but we may be able to use 1 or 2 more. So with that, I'll let you go with the,
Cool.
how are we gonna organize that line? I know we tried to do an impromptu last year and a lot of the veterans didn't want to do that because the line had already started. But if we kind of have something set up ahead of time, do we think it will?
Should it be part of your announcement that as people are dismissed to the cookout, you can
Yes.
say, if you see a veteran in line behind you, get them to the front.
So should we
Or
do that or just have a separate line? Like
We
what?
could have a separate line that just, at a table that just says veterans only.
What do we think? You want to try that?
I think try that.
Veterans only?
Yeah.
Okay. I will make an announcement though that there is a veterans only table.
Should I say veterans and families only? Because
Uh,
now you got a veteran
You know, we don't want to
family,
exclude,
kids.
yeah, especially an older veteran that has,
So veterans and families.
yes.
Where are the older veterans? Oh.
You'll get your own line.
Do we have like a runner or anything, make it look a little snazzy or tone it out? I mean, I don't know.
To the tent?
Well, just something that we could,
Oh, I
veterans
see.
only, you know.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking a physical runner.
That's what I thought too.
He's talking the red carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, red carpet for that. I'll
we,
work with facilities, we'll come up with something,
yeah,
you know, some bunting or some,
just something
we'll
to,
jazz it up,
you know,
yeah.
make them feel a little more appreciated.
Yes.
You know, it feels special about it. You know,
Yep.
in line again.
Okay. Anybody have anything else with the cookout? So as far as participants afterwards, we do have the obstacle course back this year. So the National Guard will be here with the obstacle course as well.
The only thing I can say about the cookout is we should try to highly encourage people to recycle there. So it all ends up in the trash. We'll have recycle bins out there, but it doesn't even work. So we could just,
Okay.
and I'll tell the people that are serving to encourage.
Okay.
My family might not be available. We have big soccer tournament, so we don't know if my family.
Okay.
We have to hope that he loses.
Basically. Yeah, it'd work out if he did.
All right. So hearing nothing else, did everyone get a chance on the committee to review the meeting, the last meeting minutes? If there's no issues, do we accept the meeting minutes as read, or as,
I make a motion, we accept the meeting minutes from, what's the date?
5/7?
5/7 as read.
Second.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, thank you. Okay, so concludes everything that I've had on here. Does anybody have anything on new business?
I do. The bagpiper came back with a cost of $250.
Okay,
He won $50.
so we're up $50.
If that's,
If you'd like to make a motion that we accept that?
I'll make a motion that we accept the bagpiper for the cost of $250.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I do have a question about the second dealer. I put out a email to Tom Waters, dealer from Tom City. I've not heard back. So I explained that this was, you know, she hadn't done echo taps
Right.
before, how comfortable or uncomfortable was he? I haven't heard back. So can we find a way to utilize this dealer, maybe if it's not on second taps? Is it inappropriate to have her play taps? Reading these names if people are. So it's not like
That's-
right on top of us, but in the
Like
cemetery.
she's, I was gonna say over in the
Yeah.
cemetery, that would, yeah,
That's.
Would that work?
that's really nice.
Let's start tearing up while I'm reading. I'll blame everyone in.
All right, give him the Civil War ones.
Don't really have to concentrate.
Taps, you should have to repeat.
She would have-
But you do have to do it a few times, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And somebody may have to stand over there with her to let her know
So
that.
you're going.
Or we could give
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. So that's my
Maybe
block.
just someone to cue her to,
Yeah.
when we're done or something, yeah.
Or we could say,
I hope this guy doesn't
who's got the last?
With the L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
Her name is Diane Wolfs, OS.
So do you have her coming here at a certain time?
Yeah, I asked her to be here later at 10:45.
Okay,
She said, I'll be there at 10:30.
okay.
Okay.
So maybe as soon as you get back there, you can beeline to her and what you can communicate. You want me to communicate with her? I'm happy to
So I think that.
do that. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, we didn't talk about publicity. The Kingston Living is going to be here.
Yep,
And they're gonna have a photographer, and they have students from the high school too that are gonna be working with their photographer.
great.
And they're gonna be, hopefully there'll be some
Stage
following the procession and some stage to take photos
Okay,
too. And the other day during the installation, PAC TV, the videographer, photographer was here taking footage and whatnot then. So I think they're gonna put together something really nice.
okay, and
And then they'll be.
they'll be here for the ceremony and the whole ceremony, yep.
He came back this morning
Oh,
to
did
take
he?
some more footage.
Oh, great.
All come up
Good,
nice,
his
right?
drum.
Oh,
Oh.
excellent. Oh, he's got a drone.
Wow.
Okay.
Excellent. You're gonna have the drone.
Not
on.
messing around, huh?
Probably not, because he's alone on Memorial Day, and so he's done this for many years.
Yeah. He's- oh, yes, yeah.
And so I don't think he'd be able to work both the camera.
There's a drone. I know of a person that does drone photography that's on all things Kingston, they post things sometimes. I don't know if that's anything you're interested in.
Mm,
Okay.
mm. All right, but well, one quick thing about the ceremony, I did take a quick walk up there. So we wanna, I was thinking maybe we even take the podium and put it a little bit onto the grass.
Right.
And then if we have the speakers, and then we can give that a test in the morning and make sure, but we did definitely learn last year, if you're out in front more, it does sound a lot better, so,
Yeah, and also people aren't, they don't have to be glued to the photo.
no.
They can go out further if they
Yeah.
want to.
So the podium will still be up here.
It'll be up there, but it will, like, I have it right at the edge of the patio now, it'll just be on the grass a little bit. It all depends on what we have for cord to,
Yeah.
you know, yep. No. All right, anything else under new business
Just set a time for when you're coming to do the run.
to set up and
Set up,
everything?
yeah.
Sure. Okay, so what time do you usually get here? That's the
Right,
best
exactly.
to,
Between 8 and 8:30.
8 and 8:30?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 o'clock,
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine by me.
all right, 8 o'clock, and then, a lot of the groups were told to be down at the elementary school area by 9:30, so I will, leave here and head down there like about 9 o'clock, just to,
I might need a
Start
ride
organizing
with you then.
sure, no problem.
And
Yep.
so all of the work group folks will be here.
Yeah, so
Set
set
up
up.
at 8.
Set up,
Yeah.
yep,
It'll
okay.
go-
All right.
Weather looks good. I did see some rain late in the afternoon.
Yeah,
but
they're saying if anything, maybe some mist in the morning, so that's doable, but hopefully.
Yes.
Listen.
Better than the hot day we had. So
Oh, we've had a couple of them, yeah. Yep. All right, do we have anything else? All right, do we, so we have the parade on Monday. Do we want to plan for maybe, do you want to try to get some of the bills in? I know you're gonna be done pretty soon. The second week in June, good, or do we want to wait to the end of June?
So it all depends on the police detail.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, Carl was really, really late last year, so it all depends how many outside people we have.
Yeah,
But anytime.
so, but we can still do an end of year meeting. and then
I'm
just-
done June 20th to 27th.
Okay, so then why don't we, does the 11th work for everyone?
To me,
Is it still a Tuesday night? Okay, so, June 11th, at, 6:30, fine, 6, what, 6:30 is better for you, right? You think?
you can do 6. it's
6,
fine.
all right, so, 6 o'clock on, June 11th for our, end of year meeting. All right,
Hoping by then, be on 124 and Tom.
oh, that's better, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so hearing no other new business, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, thank you very much, everyone.